what makes good content? What makes good content marketing? There isn't a single concept in this definition that is superfluous. And I mean that. Not a single concept. Creating, distributing relevant and valuable content to attract, acquire, and engage a clearly defined and understood target audience with the objective of driving profitable customer action. There's no point in content if it's not for the purpose of getting you hired, of getting you noticed. Content needs to be educational and informative, not promotional, and it needs to be geared to a clearly defined and understood target audience, right? Who are your clients? Who are your prospects? Who are your influencers? Who's going to make a difference? Do you know? How do you know? You ask. You do market intelligence. You do research. You understand the clients that you have to understand the prospects that you may have out there and the ones that you want to attract and the ones that you don't want to attract. What do they care about? What do they need to know? What questions keep them up at night? What don't they care about? What do they need to be better informed and make better choices in the hiring process? Because content is actually about making our clients better customers. The more information we give them, the better customers they are in knowing how to hire us and how we can work with them. Content needs to be accessible and focused on the reader, and that means I'm going to start a foundation for this one. The eradication of legalese in our lifetime. It needs to be in the language of the client. It can't be with a lot of heretofores and neverthelesses, and if anyone starts a sentence with however again, I might have a heart attack.
Instead of thinking of your website as a star out there, think of it as a constellation, and really that's what SEO is all about. So change your mindset in order to include not just the website, but AdWords and blogs and YouTube and email and et cetera, LinkedIn, and all the varieties, email alerts, et cetera, all the varieties of communication that involve the internet. You'll get greater radiance, greater visibility. Another stat I think it's important to understand is that 73% never go to page 2. That's why we care about optimization. You can have gazillions of keywords that you can use based on different strategies and different things that you're selling, and they organize differently. Expand your base list with tools, and these are free tools that are webmaster tools and Google AdWords. Don't pay for links. Work at them yourself. Get valuable links that are relevant to what you do and your site and what you sell. Don't participate in too many link directories. Do that over much, you'll get dinged as well. Avoid having irrelevant, this is what I was talking about, irrelevant websites linking to you. Think about what you really, that's another place you can scrub. We want to track traffic month to month to keep our short-term attention focused and strategy on track in order to make adjustments on the fly. It's all about short-term attention. What's going on this month? Okay, this month. I want to look at the same month a year ago because time of the year matters. And we'll see that if I'm looking at my traffic in August, it's going to be very different than if I'm looking at my traffic in January. Right? In January, I'm back to school. I'm working. I'm all about it. In August, I'm out there. I'm doing something else. My head's in another place. What happens when people get onto your site? So if you go into Google Analytics, you'll see this graphic. And basically, it's following a visitor from here, up here, and down like that. This is really cool, but I can't get anything about it. So it'd be nice to have the landing page first jump, second jump, third jump. And then you would say, oh, that's how people go through my website. That's what they're doing. I can understand that, because you will never understand that graphic, and no one will ever look at it. But you could understand this. What cities do buyers come from? Most come from Washington and New York, next to Chicago and Boston and LA, finally San Francisco, whatever. That's important information for a managing partner. Where are these folks coming from? Where are we doing well? Where do we have traction? Where do we need to, hey, we just opened an office in Atlanta and ain't nobody coming to see us from Atlanta. How do we handle it? What's our strategy? This links to your overall strategy.
I'm going to talk a little bit about what we refer to as the 3-step dance in social marketing. And this, by the way, applies to pretty much each and every social tool you're going to use. So whether this is LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram or Pinterest or what have you, any and every social tool has 3 steps to effective use. First one is, it all starts with the profile. You want to have not just purely professional stuff, but education, nonprofit boards, charity work you're involved with. Anything that allows you to create a relationship with an individual person based on common interests, common companies you worked at, where you've gone to school, things that you work on, and so on. So it all starts with the profile. The second thing you need to do is cultivate relevant networks. And the key word here, I didn't mean to do that. The key word here is relevant. We get a lot of people who come to us and they say, should I have 500 connections? Like, that's the goal, right? 500? That's like what makes you a real power user? And the answer is no. It doesn't make you a real power user. What matters is that the people you connect with are relevant. And of course, the more relevant connections you have, the better. But a relevant connection is somebody who knows you, you know them, maybe you've done business together. Certainly the kind of person who, if you left them a voicemail, would return the call. The reason why that's so important is because of step 3, which is feeding your networks. Feeding your networks with content. Because it's only once you get through the first 2 steps that you really are going to drive activity, interest, attention, lead flow, opportunities through the content that you're creating. I've seen people talk about anywhere from 50 to 75% of your content should be about somebody or something other than you. Sharing content that you didn't create and that's not about you is, it's not only not a bad thing to do, it's really, really good. It's best practice. And what that does is, it's a touch. It's not, you maybe will not close any deals as a result of one single share like that, but it's a touch point. And it's somebody that keeps you as an individual and you as a firm top of mind for everybody that you're interacting with.